Hi guys, this is Jeff at The Glorious Uncertainty, and this is video number 200. 200 videos! Wow. And I never thought when I started this that I would have 400 subscribers to the channel, which is quite humbling, really. I didn't realise I would. I didn't. The other thing I didn't realise that they would be so spread around the earth. We have subscribers all over the place, and the reason I know this is because they have emailed me. We have one from New Zealand, Portugal, all over the place. Ireland. Those are just three I can just think of. But when I started this, this channel has had to evolve, and it's had to evolve because of the way people bet and the way my betting has grown and changed and evolved. And you have to do that sometimes. You have to change things. Now, when I first started, I know it was Reg who mentioned about the Portobello system. Well, there are aspects, and to answer you properly now, Reg, there are aspects of what I brought to the table at the start are very much in play now, very much in play, and that will become more prevalent as we go through the flat season, when all of this bad weather going that settles down. So it goes from heavy, soft, good to soft, you know, it goes to the regular good to firm. So we've got to be very, very careful of that. But the basic, the essence of the Portobello system, which is what I kicked it off with, is there, and that research is there, and I'm dependent on that because I need it. Right. So if we go back to the way the channel's handled investments into horse racing. So if we go back to that, right at the very start, what I used to do was I used to put a win and place to cover the bet. But then I started to realise it was quite difficult to do that for a lot of punters. And so I would go, it wasn't a true each way, it was a win portion and a place portion. And so you play a place portion separate to the win portion on Betfair Sportsbook, usually. But that started getting a little bit too hard to follow. And so what happened then was, and people who have subscribed to me, subscribed to the channel for quite a few months, if I mention this name of this horse, and I think you know what I'm going to say, it changed everything. And the horse was Nellie French. Nellie French changed the way I wanted to go with the channel. Because what Nellie French did when we got beat, and I can't remember the, I've not looked it up, I'm just doing this from memory. So Nellie French beat ours, but I'd mentioned in the message that it was a toss-up between, was it Enraged? I think it may have been Enraged and Nellie French. I can't really remember. But that horse and that result changed the way I wanted to do this. And so I went through and went back over a lot of things. And then I remembered the dutching, which I've done it all last year, but I thought, how can that be palatable to most of the good folks out there in subscriber world, YouTube? And so I had to change it. So the decision I made to make it wins and proportionally represent the horse value-wise came really from Nelly French. Came from that race. It all came from that, because it makes it easier to understand. Instead of saying, oh, a certain portion of this goes on the win, a certain portion of it goes on the place, I wanted to appeal to the regular punter. And so if we take that ethos and now we take it to another level, what I'm doing with the WhatsApp group is I'm going to raise it to another level, which is the one that I play at, which is, when I say raise it, I don't want to sound condescending when I say that. I'm not saying that at all. But I do reiterate that the horses that go on the message in the morning are the ones that make the money. They're the ones that make the money. And you may think over the past week, but we know it's not about a week, that might not be the case just at the moment. But we don't bang on about that. We move forward. Then I made a decision to show you how I do my dutching bets. And as with everything here, you've got to be open and honest. Warts and all, you have to do that. Otherwise you're kidding yourself. There's no hiding here. Absolutely none. None. We don't hide. So that's the way I've taken the channel. But as I've said before, I could not have done this, seriously, without you being there. And that sounds like a load of tosh, but it's not. It's the truth. Because being checked by 400 people, 400, you've got to keep the old nose clean. You have to. Everything has to balance. Everything has to balance. We have to balance the book, because you get found out. I would get found out. So what I would like to say, and especially to those who subscribed right at the very start, Coventon, Reg, and I know there's others, I just can't remember your names. I know Coventon, you followed me when I was doing this on Callum's channel, when Callum graciously agreed to let me put my selections on there. And things don't go unnoticed. It's like Jimmy, when you put up the other day about the jockey. The jockey is at Haley, and she's been on 3 of the horses and not been ridden very well. But I don't miss it. I try not to miss anything. So, and sometimes I don't respond to things because I really am getting on with what I've got to do, which is make money backing horses. That's what I've got to do. So this morning, for instance, I've been up since 4:30. It's now, I don't know what time it is. I've got a clue. Probably 10, is it? Something. But you do it because you have to do it. It's like anything. It's not hard work. It's a labour of love, but you have to be able to and be prepared to put in the hours to make it pay. Make it pay. Me personally, paying me personally, right? I have to make it pay. And so I'm not here for advertising revenue or, you know, stiffing people with the Patreon account or anything like that, because that would never make me enough money anyway. It's just crazy. But as I've said before, what I get out of it is you lot checking up on me. That's what you do. And I love the conversation. Christine as well. Christine's input. There's loads of people. Michael's, Tony. You know, the list goes on of input of people who are Marcus, people who are genuinely, and Mr. Lafferty, of course, genuinely interested in this journey that I am on, to make this pursuit pay. Otherwise, what's the point? There's just no point in doing it otherwise. So, 200th video. 200. That's quite a lot. That's quite a lot of videos. But I just want to say, from me to you all, thank you. Thank you. Because I genuinely could not achieve what I do without this interaction. It's so important. And it's not about showing off, and it's not about anything else like that. It's about proofing, and doing the best that you can with what you've got, and making a profit and turning a profit. That's what this is all about. And so again, thank you from me to you. And the next video you will see will be the 201st video, and that will be a team talk about moving forward. Okay? Whatever you're doing, until then, bye for now. Bye-bye.